If I was a billionaire, I don't know how in this hypothetical scenario I became one, but if I'm out to eat with a person...
If your jokes just start to explode.
And I'm out, it's gonna, like, maybe 10 years from now, let's say, things change,
Yeah, not 8.
economy...
There are many topics and concepts we are all familiar with, but aren't necessarily sure how they work. Each week I present a guest with a surprise topic and ask them to try their best to explain it. This is Explaining Things.
All right, welcome back to another episode of Explaining Things. As always, I have a guest comic with me who is not ready for his topic, and he's going to do his best to explain it. Today, my guest comic is Sean Duffy.
Hey.
How does one raise a great man?
Ooh.
By that, I mean, you want your kid to be ready for the world. Now, you're not a father, okay? You're not a father.
At the moment.
You want to instill these principles. You want to make sure this is an exceptional human being. Do you want him to be rich? Do you want him to be moral? Do you want him to be...
Yeah.
You're molding a human.
I think if you listen to any, like, motivational speaker or, like, person who seems to think that they've accomplished everything they can, usually they have a story where their childhood is very, I want to say difficult, but, like, harder than most.
Not necessarily tragedy, but adversity.
I think that's a good way of putting it.
Because the adversity builds
I have to work so much harder.
It builds discipline, it builds work ethic, right?
Let me tell you, my parents were good to me. I still don't know how to work hard at all. Now
You do not want to end up like Sean. Do you make the kids say thank you when you give them something?
That's not important. That's just a waste of time. It's just like when you showing off at a dinner party or something like that.
It's like a dog trick. Roll over, sit, thank you, you're welcome. High school job is really important.
Essential.
You can't just have dad's credit card. Or you're going to be a piece of shit.
No.
Any biography of like a great person, McDonald's is always a great first job. Started off 13 years old, working at McDonald's, $4 an hour. Next thing you know, I'm fucking the 7th richest man alive.
You can also lie. You could probably lie on your resume. Now, nobody's ever done that.
But that's not a great man. Now we have a liar.
That's true.
This isn't a moral
Is it a
human.
great man or what appears like a great man?
Wow, we're getting deep into this now. I like that. This is why I came to you. It's like a politician. Is there such thing as a good person who's a politician, or someone who presents themselves the best person? He doesn't have to be a billionaire, because how many great people are billionaires?
I guess it would depend on what he would do with his $1 billion. If you had $10 billion, you could give away $9 billion.
Still have $1 billion.
Kind of trick society into thinking you sacrificed more.
Well, this is what they all do, though. Bill Gates donated $250 million to a cause. You're like, that is the equivalent of me donating $75.
When I donate $25, I also go to tabloids and make a very big stink.
The best is being an anonymous donor, but then leaking that it was you, because then you look like the best fucking person ever.
Just
whoa, I don't want any credit. I don't want any credit. Some people think you need religion to be moral.
No.
I don't think you do.
I don't know. I like the different gods and all that, but it really depends whatever.
There's only one God.
Do you go to hell forever, or do you go to hell temporarily?
I'd have to talk to God. Hell forever is a bit rash. That's an insecure God. Whenever I hear about that God, I'm like, come on.
I mean...
You created these flaws.
That's not a great man.
No. These are the questions you have to ask. My great man would be greater than your great man. Because mine would say thank you.
In that regard. Like 3 o'clock in the morning, sleeping, you call and be like, my car broke down, can you drive 30 miles? In the worst of circumstances.
Dependable. Is he looking for any benefit from this? Or is he just doing it because he's like, you know what, if I was in this person's position, I would want help right now. Like when I'm in the car and I let someone go ahead of me, am I doing that because I'm a wimp? Or am I doing that because I'm genuinely kind? I know what I tell myself just like so that I can sleep at night.
Some people want to be the nice guy too much.
Yes.
It's like paying for meals. I think it's like...
I feel like the guy who always pays, he's not necessarily always paying because he's nice. Maybe to be owed something later on.
To feel owed. And
or to feel more important, maybe.
I just feel more like an adult, where it's just like... Like, I'm a man, I pay for things. Like,
that's one of the great conundrums, though, where you're like, if you're at the dinner with, like, a friend, if it's a friend, and you just fucking, you invested in a stock that exploded, so there's a degree of luck to how you got money.
You don't really deserve it.
Pay for that friend.
Yeah.
But now if I'm the other guy, at the same time, you do have your manhood card. We're like, no, we're both eating, it's only fair that I buy it occasionally. If you're the billionaire, you have to let him buy it occasionally. Let him pretend he's like an equal. In short, if you're the father or whatever you are, high school job.
High school job.
I say manners, he doesn't care as much as I do. But that's because I was raised to be a greater man.
I was not. That was never the intention. Help your friend who is car broke down for only because you truly want to help.
Be dependable.
And
now the issue is though, if they're not altruistic and there's no way to rewire them into wanting to help just to help. I think we got too deep for this episode.
You would have to have like an intervention, and you would have to start crying and being like, I know you're doing a lot of good, but I can tell it's
so
not
manipulate.
for the right reason. Yeah.
Manipulate them into like
So you're
caring.
good with vocab words.
I think that's as good as it's going to get.
Empathy. That's the word I didn't think of the whhole time.
That's a thesaurus word right there.
We could have just said empathy and walked away.
I think that's it. John Duffy. Thanks for joining.
Always and all.
Until next time, guys.